air, excellent ventilation, natural lighting, thermal comfort and reduced noise. These are some of the basics of creating an optimum, highly productive workplace. On the Urban Agenda, we have top minds in the industry telling us what are the best practices that you should push your employer to follow. Ramesh Nair, I'm going to come back to you. And, so yes, I know that the HVAC systems, the filtration process, all of those are actually at the top level when it comes to progressive companies such as yours. But what about the materials used? Is there now a focus on that, on other things, something like lighting, for example, that's hidden. Most of the employers won't even know whether they're getting optimal light or not. So first, let's come to the materials used for indoor air pollution and then other parameters. Ramesh.
Manisha, we are really pushing the pedal on this, not just for ourselves, but also having different tenant designed guidelines for the 210 odd tenants who occupy 32 million square feet with us. So, in terms of base building design, simple things, right? Even giving breakout spaces, terraces on client floors. These are all design changes we brought in post COVID. People want more open areas in their floors, ergonomic open workspaces which look at employee well-being. In our campuses today, we're doing organic farming, where employees of our tenants can actually we give them a little piece of land where they can do organic farming.
Taran, so yes, health scan I understand, but on all the other parameters, as Deepa said, are you really scanning all the WeWork spaces for overall optimal lighting, noise, air, etc.?
So even before we take a space, we score it based on some of these wellness parameters, especially like light, what the landlord is providing us from a HVAC perspective, and also the campus quality that we're finally going to be in. Once we've actually started operating the spaces, we now have got an ISO 45001 certificate, which is international standard for health and safety. So we have been measured across all of those parameters, and it's built into our internal checklist of how we look at or how we score our operations teams. We also have, like I said, a building management system that has a technology called 75F. And we also use a Schneider system that allows us to, constantly keep evaluating and also analyzing the air quality as well as other things as part of that that comes with it.
Okay, that's a whole long list. Deepa, any parting statement for the participants and the industry as a whole? But 30 seconds.
I think that we can't ignore indoor air quality and health and wellness of people in buildings. There is a lot that can be done right from the design and construction stage to the ongoing testing and measurement stage when buildings are operational. Education and awareness is critical because a lot of people are now slowly beginning to understand what the impacts of poor air quality is and are trying to implement that in buildings. But a lot more effort needs to be done and needs to be done.
What is the role of the developer, Kumran, and what do you think the tenant needs to do to make sure that the workspaces are truly healthy for the employers?
Most of our buildings, in fact, all of our buildings are LEED Platinum USGBC rated buildings for energy efficiency. Now, this is not only for both energy efficiency and the sustainability parameter, which we have called in for ourselves. When any tenant or occupier comes, this adds a very, very talking point, and also as a point which they would like to have within their tenanted spaces. The high sites are provided by us, so they go with the same higher end specifications, LED bulbs which needs to be put in for energy efficiency. So high side is taken care by DLF, which is also to the sustainability effort, and the remaining fit out is what they do. And the effort which we put into the base building, it just carries with them also, and they continue to do their fit outs in the same breadth as what we have done. Many of the tenants have been repeated. They move from one zone to other zone with us.
Like Deepa said, the users have to start asking for more, and that's what we are going to conclude on. To all our viewers, figure out if you're occupying a WeWork space, or if you're occupying something as good as Mindspace Business Park portfolio, then probably you may not have to ask for much. But if you're not, then please push your employer to take care of indoor air quality, lighting, noise pollution, because after all, it will benefit them as much as it will benefit you. Goodbye, and thanks so much for joining me.